This is Harry Judd for Boxing Social in association with Betfred here at the weigh-in for Joe Joyce and Joseph Parker. Delighted to be joined though by Johnny Fisher. You're here, is it because Henry's doing a bit of social media this weekend?
Yeah, well, you'd think it's for Joe Joyce, but I've been told by my mum to come and look after Henry because he can't look after himself, so I've got to keep an eye on him. That's why I'm here.
You're a family man. How's he getting on this weekend? New skills and stuff working, I think, with Brain Cut Media.
Yeah, he's good. He's good at all the creative stuff. He comes up with weird stories and poems, and he's always been the creative side of his brain's been very active. But it's good that he works with Jake Mescal and Brain Cut Media and Ian Chambers. They'll guide him, make him. He's made for something like that. He's just got to learn all the other skills, and I feel he'll have a good future in this side of the game, the media side of the game.
Is he the guy behind the massive Big John content we see on social media?
Yeah, Henry comes up with all the ideas. He came up with the Bosch Soldier ideas, all the voiceover effects. He comes up with all the wacky ideas that we've got. Some of them work, most of them work, some of them don't. So, but that's, I guess, what a creative genius does. He has an idea, and then it just cracks it. And he fell on his feet when he found Big John because he's got a 30-stone Chinese eating monster on his doorstep. So it's all right.
We are here though for the boxing, a massive heavyweight fight, a fight that, it's a traditional fight, not a fight that either man had to take. It's a real 50-50 this one.
Yeah, a proper heavyweight scrap in Manchester. It's great to be here as well, and it's not going to be an easy night's work for either man. If either man thinks they're going to come in here and have an easy night's work, they're going to be very much mistaken. Joe Joyce, I've been in his preparations, prepared fantastically, got a great team around him, and Joe Parker looks like he's done the same, so we're going to have a good, honest fight, and I want my man Joe Joyce to win, but it's not going to be an easy task.
You were out in Vegas with Joe Joyce for his training camp. Just tell me a little bit about what was going on there.
Yeah, well, the first thing I noticed when I first got there, because I watched the first spar when I got off the plane, we watched the first one, and I could see already the movement, the tactics, the skills, they've all levelled up from that last time I sparred him, which was before the Carlos Takam fight. So great improvements, and he's going to have to improve if he wants to beat Joe Parker. So he's looking very good, he's looking relaxed, chilled, and in a very good place physically and mentally.
Good experience for you as well. We all know the Vegas fight is the dream. What was it like for you to be out there amongst it all?
Oh, it's brilliant. Hopefully we'll get a fight over there next year. We was planning this year, but obviously had the hand injury. But it's great. It's the fight capital of the world. It's a surreal place. You're never going to be anywhere like that in your life ever again. And just an honour to be there, a privilege to be part of that training camp.
We've got the Hitman Hatton here. I don't know if you've had the pleasure of meeting him. He's over there doing the broadcast. Let's talk.
I wanted to say hello, but I don't want to jump in and give him a handshake and then just put myself out of place. I'm going to wait for the right moment to shake his hand, but then you wait, and it gets more and more awkward, doesn't it? So I've got to go and say hello at some point.
You've got to. I've had the pleasure of being at an interview with him. He's an absolute sound man. But
I'm going to go and say hello to him as soon as I finish this interview.
And also, though, what I was trying to hint at was the level of support that Ricky Hatton got over there for Vegas. You have the Bosch Army. Could we see a similarity in terms of the Vegas takeover from the British fans?
If I can be half or 20% as good as what Ricky Hatton was and have half the fan base he had, I'll be in a great spot. He was unbelievable. Great support, as you said, brings thousands over to Vegas. Hopefully one day we can get a big crowd over there. But I'm very, very grateful for the support I get because people come and spend their hard-earned money on tickets, especially in these times as well with everything that's going on. Everyone's coming and supporting. We've got a big fight in Wembley at the 29th of October, and Big John's doing all the tickets, and we're going to get a big crowd again, so it's looking fantastic.
I saw Big John was eager to make the announcement. You must have had to stop him.
Yeah, he was very eager. I was eager as well because Matchroom kept saying we've got this date, we've got it. Yeah, it's going to be announced in, and we got pushed back a couple of days, and we just want to get on with it because he's got to sell the tickets in 5 weeks now. It's enough time, but he just wants to get on with the job,
The Conor Benn and Eubank card has been announced. Are you not, in some respect, disappointed to not be on that one?
That's a great, massive fight, and it would be great, obviously, to be on that card. But obviously, I want to sell tickets as well and have my supporters in there, and that fight sells itself out. So I'm not necessarily needed on that, but what it does mean is I can go and watch that fight and enjoy the evening because it's going to be an interesting one.
Back to this heavyweight fight, where do you rank the winner of these two in the heavyweight division?
I rank Joe Joyce. If he wins this, is a top 3 or 4 heavyweight. I think the top of the pile was Tyson Fury. You've got Usyk, and then Wilder for me. Wilder, Joshua on that sort of level, and then Joyce is knocking on that door. I think he gives everyone a really, really hard fight, and he beats the majority of them. So, listen, whoever comes through on this one puts himself in that top 3 or 4 of the world heavyweight. So they'll be knocking on the door for a world title fight.
Joe Joyce has been criticised throughout his career in the way he boxes. You know him, you spar with him, you've been in training camp with him. How good is his boxing technicality?
Brilliant, brilliant. You don't get to an Olympic final without being a great boxer. To be an elite WSB fighter, I think he's the most decorated GB British boxer ever. People don't give him enough credit. Yes, he can take a punch. Yes, he might take a bit too many shots too many times. But people quickly forget the skill level that he's got. Think about when he fought Daniel Dubois. When I was watching that fight, I was really nervous because I know how dangerous Daniel Dubois can be. We've all seen it. And when I watched it back a second time, he's in complete control. You can't underestimate the man's jab. And one thing I've noticed this camp, he's got a lot quicker. His hand speed's improved a lot. So that's something Joe Parker's got to think about as well.
One of the heavyweights you mentioned in your thing there was Wilder. You got the pleasure of meeting him. You know, what was it like to meet him?
Brilliant to meet him. He was in the UFC gym, a legend of the sport, probably the hardest hitting heavyweight ever. And I still rank him at the top three heavyweights in the world. And he's got a new trainer now, Malik Scott. And we're speaking to Joe, who knows Malik quite well. And I think he'll add a lot to Wilder's game. Well, we showed that in that fight he had with Fury in the last one. Pushed Fury all the way, and I'm excited to see what he does. He's got he's fighting Hellenius next, I think, and then they're trying to set up a Ruiz fight, Andy Ruiz, so that'll be good. And it'd be great to see him back in the mix because he's exciting. It's great for British for heavyweight boxing around the world.
Obviously, the AJ Fury talk, we don't really know what's going on with that at the moment. The contracts have been sent, not signed at the moment. There is doubts on that fight, but if Joshua wasn't to fight Fury, how big is that Joshua Wilder fight?
That's a huge fight. I think any of them top guys, if you've got Joshua, Fury, Wilder or Usyk all fighting, it's going to sell out a stadium. So brilliant fights to be made. With heavyweight boxing, it's never made or never done until you see that poster up on Instagram where it says this fight at this venue, because the two fighters have got to agree, then the promoters have got to agree, then the managers have got to agree, then the venue's got to be agreed, the pay-per-views have got to be agreed. So there's so much stuff that goes on. So with me, I'll just wait till that poster's been announced, forget all the other stuff. And I think with the money that's involved and the legacy that's on the line for all these guys to fight each other, even Fury, Joshua still now, that's a huge fight, and I've got faith that it will be made.
Well, Johnny, we appreciate your time for Boxing Social and enjoy the weekend. It's time for you to enjoy some great action this weekend, yeah?